Renal corpuscles show up very well here. You're able to see the outer or parietal layer of Bowman's capsule, which is simple squamous epithelium lining the urinary space. The visceral layer consists of podocytes that wrap around the capillaries of the glomerulus. So this is the glomerulus that appeared as one of those tiny red dots I referred to in those earlier images. It's not feasible to distinguish podocytes from endothelial cells in the glomerulus, but probably a large rounded nucleus, such as this one, and also this one, are most likely belonging to a podocyte. Nor can one satisfactorily identify mesangial cells in a thick section such as this. But needless to say, the vast numbers of red blood cells visible here tells you that these glomeruli are indeed a tightly coiled tuft of capillaries. Because you're viewing a renal corpuscle, most of the almost circular profiles of tubules you can see here, close by, are proximal convoluted tubules. They follow a very tortuous or convoluted path until they enter the medulla as a proximal straight tubule, then a descending thin loop of Henle. They're lined by cuboidal cells, and because they have an extensive brush border of microvilli, their apical borders look very messy. Due to their active role in reabsorbing most of the fluid from the ultrafiltrate, they contain huge numbers of mitochondria, which imparts this eosinophilic or pink stain to the cytoplasm. On the other hand, the distal convoluted tubules are shorter, and so less profiles are seen right next to the glomeruli. They lack a brush border, so their apical area is a lot cleaner. And they're less eosinophilic, so they appear pale. Here's a profile of one here, and another one here. But I'll point them out again in another image where their profiles are much more numerous. When you find a properly orientated renal corpuscle, you'll be able to recognise the macula densa. Here it is here. It appears as a clustering of nuclei on the side of the distal convoluted tubule adjacent to the vascular pole of the renal corpuscle. You probably won't be able to recognise the juxtaglomerular cells of the afferent arteriole, but you really should review the function of the juxtaglomerular apparatus when you study physiology. The macula densa monitors sodium concentration in the tubular fluid, and the juxtaglomerular cells secrete renin as a mechanism to regulate blood pressure.